In this video, I'm going to talk about nouns and determiners. My name is Bibitu Jatmoko from Sanata Dharma University, Yogyakarta. As we know, English has two major kinds of nouns, namely countable and uncountable. But nouns do not usually occur by themselves, they occur with determiners. And in English, we have several kinds of determiners such as articles and quantifiers. Now let's start with nouns. English nouns can be differentiated into two major kinds, just like what I just mentioned. There are countable nouns and the other is uncountable nouns. Countable nouns can be singular, a book, a kid. Here we usually have we need an article, a book, a kid. Plural, books, girls. We can add as, books and girls, or we need to add like es, like match, matches, bus, buses, books, but that's just churches. You have es and then we also have collective noun. You have like group, staff, and team. You can say the group A is on the group are very happy, on the group is very strong. That can be singular or plural because it's collective. It's one group, but it has several members or many members, the same as staff and team. A football team consists of 11 players, well, probably more, including those who are sitting in the bench on the bench. And then we have uncountable nouns. We have uncounted nouns express object. Must be uncountable nouns. Spelling mistake. Uncountable typo mistakes. Uncountable nouns express objects which cannot be counted, like milk. It's not milk. Milk. Sugar and wood. So you cannot say one milk, two milks, three milks. You cannot say one sugar, two sugar, one wood. You can say a piece of wood, a piece of sugar, a glass of milk, but you cannot say one milk, two milks, and so on. And then countable nouns may express different meanings. We have like abstraction, something which is abstract from condition, then becomes abstraction like happiness, sadness, fear, patience. We also have activities with the ing form like teaching, sleeping, snoring, and eating. It's nice. After teaching, you sleep and you snore and eat. Teaching, sleeping, snoring, and eating are activities. And we cannot say one teaching, two teachings, one sleeping, two sleepings, and like that. That's uncountables. Then we have fields like chemistry, mathematics, fluid gas. But religion, you can say one religion, two religions, but I think that's not correct. Religion, it can be countable. Namely, it's a kind of belief. And then you have fluid, gas, water, oil, coffee, and natural phenomena like weather, rain, sunshine, sunlight. You can say one sunlight, one rain, two weather, and so on. But some nouns can be both uncountable and countable, but they have different meanings. For example, we can say, I need a paper. No, you cannot say that. I need paper to type my paper. I need paper to write something. But if you have to submit, you submit a paper. That's a kind of work. You can say one paper. I still have two papers to submit. Oh God, it's a busy day. I have two papers, you can say that, like articles of paper. Then you have iron, which is kind of substance, matter, and that's different from an iron, a tool which you use to press your clothes. If you want to look better in your office or in your appearance, you iron your clothes. And then coffee and a coffee. Can I have a coffee, please? Meaning that can I have a cup of coffee? So coffee is a substance that's the one which you ground, and then you have the powder and from the beans, and you cannot count that. And then, but you can have a coffee, meaning a glass of coffee. And then we have determiners. A noun usually does not occur alone with, but with a determiner. So a noun, you can say milk. I want milk. That's okay, but later the milk is good, or my milk is rather sour, my coffee is too strong. So usually we have another we have a determiner to occur with the noun. In English, I have an article as a kind of determiner, an, and the. And we have demonstrative pronoun to demonstrate. Demonstrative pronoun, you have this, that, this, and those. And then we have possessive pronouns like my sister, his, her, their, the book, also it's your, that's possessive pronouns. Including in this are possessive pronouns like John's book or Mary's book. And then if you have quantifiers like many, much, a few, a little, so they show the quantity or the number of an object. We have article. In English, we have two kinds of article. One is indefinite article. This is an article. The article and here comes before a singular noun because it's a one. So it comes before a singular noun. And then the noun is non-specific. It's not specific because we have not mentioned the noun before. So if you say, what is it? I buy or I bought book, and the book here is singular. So it's not specific though, because if it's in the book, then the speaker, the person we are talking to should have already known which book we mean. But I bought a book, meaning that the book is not mentioned before or not known before from the context, not known from the context. Here, the noun starting with a vowel or a consonant sound. So we have a before a consonant, and we have an before a vowel. You can say, I need to buy a new cell phone. Well, mine is already outdated, a very old cell phone. I need a new cell phone. So new here, because new is a consonant, you need a. And it's not specific yet. I need to go to Plus to buy the cell phone. So it's not specific yet. And then you have a student. Oh God, that's a mistake. It should be a student. I will not correct that, but that should be a student. A student wants to see you. So I do not know who he or she is, but I just saw in front of your office that you are a lecturer. I'm also a lecturer. A student wants to see you. That I tell you that somebody who looks like a student wants to see you. A student wants to see you. So we have a here because it has a consonant. But here, after an hour of waiting, I finally met Dr. Smith. An hour. This is hour, although it's with the letter H, but the pronunciation is just hour. So we say an hour. So we have, and if the next word starts with the vowel, an hour, an egg, an honor. It's an honor for me to teach you. So here we have an after the sound, or if the noun or if something or the word which comes after this starts with the vowel. For example, I have an important meeting. So important here because it's not, the meeting starts with an M, but the important starts with an I. So you say, I have an important meeting with Dr. Smith after I waited for 1 hour. And then we have, oh God, we have to study a lot, and I have to prepare well so that I don't make a lot of mistakes like what I just now. So reading, that's very important, just like over here. Then we have the definite article. A noun is definite. It's before a singular. So we have the article here. It can be used before a singular, plural, or collective noun or uncountable noun. We can say a girl, you can say the girl, the boys, the children, the team, the staff, and also the milk and the sugar. So the can come with all kinds of nouns. And then before a specific object, like let's go to the library. So let's go to the library because it's already been mentioned before. Then we can say the library. It's because of because the noun has been mentioned before, or because the noun is clear from the context. Now let's see. Let's go to the library. That's a library, because in a school or in a campus, the campus or the school usually only has one library. So if I say let's go to the library, I believe that you know what library I mean. So the library here is clear because of the context, the physical context. Sunny has written the book which he borrowed. So Sunny borrowed the book, and so here book here becomes definite because of the modifier, post modifier, which he borrowed. So book here becomes definite because of which he borrowed. And then mom bought me a jumper, but I don't like the color. Well, I'm a boy, and I don't like the color which of the jumper which my mother bought me. Mom bought a jumper. So jumper here is an object, and then but I don't like the color. If you have a jumper, then it must have a color. So color here it's specific because of the context, because it's a color of the jumper. So let's go to the library. It's definite because we know from the context, physical context. Sonny has written the book which he borrowed because the context, the clause which he borrowed. And then I don't like the color because it's the color of the jumper. It's clear from the context as well. It's the jumper, the color of the jumper. And then we have demonstrative pronouns. We have English has 4 demonstrative pronouns. We have this and these for objects which are close to the speaker. This book, these students, that's close to the speaker. You have that and those for objects which are far from the speaker. Those girls over there, and the man, those men, those stars in the sky. You have those because they are far from us. And then this and that before singular nouns and uncountable nouns. You can say this milk, this coffee, and this coffee is very strong. You can buy it. Well, if you like Vamina coffee, then Vamina is probably the best coffee. Well, it's a kind of ad for those people who sell Vamina coffee. So this coffee and this milk and this one, that's okay. But you can also say the book, on this book, this pen, this cell phone. You can say that. And then you have this and those before plural nouns. Only before plural nouns, no uncountable nouns. It's before, meaning that I wrote here before or for because you can say this is a book. You just say this and that doesn't function as a demonstrative pronoun. Or that doesn't come with a noun, but that's also a demonstrative pronoun. You can say these books or these are. That's plural nouns. You have examples. I prefer that car to this car. So that car, those are very expensive. That car is very expensive and very good, and this car is not good. Well, because I'm just a lecturer. Lecturer doesn't usually got a high salary, so this car is okay. I prefer that car, not expensive, to this car. I think we can also pay attention to the word to here. If we have prefer, then we have to. I prefer working with girls to working with boys. That's also, I prefer working with girls to working with boys. You compare, you show your preference with two. And then these people really look suspicious. Yes, look at the massage. These people really look suspicious. You have those people, more than one person. I cannot sleep well these nights. Yes, because of my courses. I have to prepare lots of courses, and my preparation is sometimes takes a lot of time, especially because I want to do the best with my classes. I'm developing applications for my class as well. And then we have possessive pronouns. Possessive pronouns are used before all kinds of nouns. Possessive pronouns refer to the nouns as substitute. So if you say John, then you say his. If you have mother, then you say her. If you say the students, then you say they. They refer to the nouns as substitute. Examples, for example, my laptop battery can still last for about 6 hours. But the battery is new, but the laptop is not new. I just put in, in computer or 2 months ago, the battery on the laptop. My laptop battery can still last for about 6 hours. So here you have my laptop, referring to the person who speaks here. And then I like your hair color. Well, you don't look like Indonesian, but I like your hair color. You have your second person. Then Linda has her own story about the accident. Well, the police have their own story, and Linda has her own story. We have her here referring to Linda. That's a possessive pronoun. And then we have, well, unless you know everything, what you need is to think. If you do not know, then think. Then probably you come to your knowledge. So if you don't understand, if you don't know, then think. Probably after a long time of thinking, then you'll come to your knowledge of something. Think and think and think, and then you will know more and more. Now let's continue with quantifiers. Quantifiers. A quantifier shows the number, plural. So if we say the number of the students, the number of books, or you have the amount of money and the amount of sugar. So number is usually used with plural nouns, and amount is used with uncountable noun. The number of data, that's number of data, but the amount of time, you cannot say the number of time of an object. So number and amount are used to show the quantity, but they're different things. And we have several kinds of quantifiers with nouns. These on the table you can have here. These are the common quantifiers. You have many, a few, much, little, some, any, and a lot of, or great deal of, and lots. And as you see here, many can go with plural nouns and collective. Many teams. That becomes that's collective, but that can that's a unit. A few you have plural nouns and collectives. Much only with uncountable, and then little only with uncountable. Some with all of them, and any with all of them. And a lot usually you have plural and collective noun. You have that, and then you have many and a few are used before plural nouns, only before plural nouns. And then lots and lots is also used before plural nouns. You can say I have books and I have lots of books. My office is full of books. That's what I don't like. So lot and many shows a great quantity, a great number. The difference is that many and a few are used in an informal style, and lots are in an informal style. So you have lots is I have lots of money. That's no. I have lots of books. That informal. But if you say, do you see many problems? You say probably we say in a formal situation, but we have a lot of problems. That in informal style. So once again, we use many for formal style, and a few. Sorry, many and a few are. I mean, many is in informal style, and lots great deal is in an informal style. Informal style. When informal style is like when you talk to your classmates, when you talk to your neighbor, when you talk to your friends outside. But if you talk to your boss, probably if you talk in a meeting, probably in a context, in a formal context, then we use many and a few. Few has a negative meaning. Oh God, I only have few friends. I expect to have many friends, especially girlfriends. If you say I only have few girlfriends, well, it's just friends who are girls, not really with a specific meaning. But few has a negative meaning. Not as many as expected. I want to get along with many. I want to get along with many girls so that I can choose one of them to become my would-be wife or something like that. That's I only get along with few girls because I really want to get along with as many girls as I can meet so that I can choose one of them to be one of my wife. Suppose I was still single, but I'm not single. So few has a negative meaning. which means not as many as expected. And then examples, I have invited many lecturers to participate in the conference. I have invited many lecturers to participate in the conference. So many here, good, and this is in a formal situations, many lecturers. And then lots of people came from the vaccine. This is lots of people came from the vaccine. That's in an informal situation. You can talk about, oh, look at that. Lots of people came to the vaccine. That's the context of logic. This is informal. Then they only gave few books to our school, a few weak students. Oh, they only gave few books to our school. Few books, few has a negative meaning. They only gave a few books to our school. I want to have more, but they only give few books. So if you have a few, and that's a few weak students, a few, and this is few, but this one a small number, but it has a good meaning. So there is a difference between few and a few. If you have a few, it's a small number, but the meaning is good. It's good that we only have a small number of weak students, but it's not good that we only have few books. So that's the difference between many. Between a few and few. Few has a negative meaning. Small, too small. Not as many as we expect, but a few meaning, that's a positive meaning. It's good that we only have a few weak students. You can imagine if all the students are weak, if many students are weak, but we are lucky that we only have a few weak students. They are not really weak, they're just busy or probably have something else to do it outside. And then we have quantifiers, much, a little, and a lot. You have many and little, or little are used for countable nouns. Book, milk, sugar, money. Yeah, money is always a little because we really have much money. So unless you do a corruption, so little money or little money, that's only with money. Little and little sugar, water. And then you have lot or lots is also used for uncountable nouns. And again, the difference is that much and a little are used in an informal style, and lots of in an informal. We only have a small number, a small amount of. So yeah, this is in contrast with the much and the lots. Much is in informal style, and lots is in informal style. And then like few, little has a negative meaning. That is not as much as expected. And the positive meaning is with a little. You have many students plan to join the trip. Oh God, why it's many students again? Because I'm occupied with students, my man. So that's a wrong example. And then you have, oh God, did I copy that? I didn't copy that, I just typed it, but oh. And you have, and this is the correct end. This is a correct example. We only have little time to finish the work. So we only have little time to finish the work. Little time, small amount of time, and that's not good, because if we want to finish the work, then we need to have a lot of time, much time. So we only have little time to finish the work. Poor, we have to work hard to rush. But here we still have a little money to buy food. Although it's only a little money, we can still buy food. You can say much money is needed to join the trip. So my example for much money is needed to join the trip. I need much money to join the trip. I need much money to join the trip. You need to drink much water to get healthy. You need to drink like 2 liters of water every day. You need to drink much water to get healthy, to get a good health. Unless your health is already not good. If you have a kidney problem, then you cannot drink much water. I have to drink much water, but you cannot take much oil every day, because much oil is not good. So those are my examples of much here. we need much money to change the trip, and you cannot take much oil in our daily need. And then we have the practice, yes, and we have make a sentence with which contains at least two nouns. So we have two nouns, and use the following determiners and another determiner like the, that, and her, and his. We have many, few, a lot of, and any. You can say, for example, many students still came to school with their parents. So many students of the junior high school still came to school with their parents on the first day of the class. So many students and their parents. So make sentences with many, few, much, a lot of, and another noun with the, that, her, and this. So this is the assignment using Google Form. Oh, that's all. See you in the next lesson. Thank you.